Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon, and I'm here tonight doing a little something different. I was, hit like with a little wave of, inspiration and creativity tonight. So I wanted to kind of do something different. I have previously done, after dark readings, blackout readings, but I wanted to do like a reading by candlelight. I know with all of this energy going on, it is very intense, or at least it can be playing out, intense for some. So I wanted to, pull some messages and see, what's going on in the current moment. In regards to the energy for anyone who may need a message at this time. It is general, so it is not specific to any zodiac sign, but I kind of wanted to, change the mood up a little bit. I know it is kind of dark, but that's the point of it being, by candlelight, to, bring some calm, serene, warm energy, onto the channel. So it was something that, I've thought about, and, I decided, like, why not? So I am going to be, just seeing what comes out. It's not set to any specific intention other than, messages we may need at this time. So, we're going to jump right in. That energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. I am starting out with the energies, Oracle of the Seven Energies. Just to see what's going on. And I do have my Radiant Wise Tarot deck, and also my messages from the mermaids. So, we're gonna jump right in. That roles can be reversed and pertain to, a person, place, or thing. So as always, I stress, take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm just gonna tap into, the collective, and let's see what we get. So in regards to the collective, what messages do we need in regards to the energy in the present moment for anyone who may need a message at this time? First weekly for April is out, if you want to check that out. And also the April monthlies are out as well by Element. So you guys, feel free to take a look at those. Let's see what's going on in the energy currently. Bottom of the deck, we have barren fruits. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see the cards. But it's almost like I'm feeling the energy of, reaping, your rewards from, plants that or seeds that you've planted. We are in springtime. So, you know, everything is starting to come into blossom. And so I'm going to take that one and off the bottom. And then we're going to get 2 off the top. Okay. So we also got Healing the World. And then we have The Land Between. You could also be, you know, feeling like, you know, honestly, good things are coming towards you at this time with the Feeling the World. You can also, you know, it could be, you know, also feeling, you know, you're, you know, getting in more in tune with your emotions. I'm also getting, you know, like a heightened intuition off of the Feeling the World card. And then with the Land Between, I'm feeling an energy of like, you know, almost like an elevation, like from one level to the next, or like, you know, crossing over. Not in that sense, but like the only way that I can explain it is just like I said, like you know, just feeling like an elevation type of energy. So it could be in regards to, you know, your emotion. Feeling the World also speaks to, you know, being an empath and your empathic abilities. So you could be like having, you know, an emotional upgrade. It's almost like I feel like you're walking through a door. And when you open that door, it's like you're gonna see like, or, you know, you're gonna open the door to, you know, the rewards of, you know, work that you've done. But also with this the Land Between, I am feeling like a kind of a hesitancy in a way. Maybe you're being guided or led by, you know, your emotions with this Feeling the World card in the Land Between. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I like it. You know, let's see what the tarot has to say. I can't help but think, like, also with this Land Between card, I feel like as if, you know, there's like you're coming to it's almost like where your emotions and like almost where like how water and earth meet, because although she's holding the world in her hands, this is a water card, the Feeling the World, but the Land Between is earth, but it has, you know, 2 bridges on it leading to one, so it's almost like a merging. of like what you know and what you feel. Let's see what comes out in the tarot. What messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread? What messages do we need? And spread for the collective. These cards are so stiff. Messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread? We're feeling some very heavy third chakra energy. Along with some third eye and crown energy as well. Let's see. One more. This land between card is really like calling out to me. I've never had it come out, you know, as of yet in a reading, but let's take a look. Let's see what it says. So it says the key concepts. Hold it back like this. Yeah, it's going to be hard for you guys to see it. But there we go. It says the key concepts: being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evaluating, gray areas, something essential yet still in the process, and a metamorphosis. It says, you're in a process of change. You know that you were called to it and can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be, in a pupal stage, like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fears, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever is set in motion comes to life. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you were reborn. And this is like also, you know, what I'm feeling, because it's like we all want to see, you know, the fruits of our labor, to reap the benefits from, you know, the seeds that we've planted. But in order for those seeds to grow, you have to water them, you know, which is, you know, what this feeling the world card, you know, speaks to a lot. I'm feeling a lot of, you know, water energy off of this card. And it's like, so I don't necessarily feel like a rush, but, you know, for some of you, you may be feeling like you need to see results of something before you're willing to step forward. But I do feel an energy of newness as well. So it's kind of like some of you may be like, and being that we are in Aries season, you know, it could be like the start of the fool's journey for you. Which in turn, you know, is, you know, it's a hard journey. It is a hard journey. But it is rewarding. So it's kind of like the cards are also saying, just allow yourself to feel what you feel. Fear is natural. The unknown is scary, but making this leap and, you know, trust in the process is what will bring you, you know, the fruits that you want to see. So I feel that as well. Oh, wow. Then the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Oh, I know you guys can't see it, but Page of Wands. Which is, you know, learning something new. The beginning stages. That card did say, you know, the pupil stage. That's what pages are. And then up under that, we have Justice. Which speaks to, you know, balance. You could be balancing out, you know, karma. You could be, you know, doing this, learning something new will, you know, bring in, you know, a type of justice and balance for you. Maybe even up under that, we have the Four of Cups. So maybe in the past, you could have, you know, been, you know, or even right now, you could just be feeling like not satisfied and not seeing what type, you know, what blessing this is going to be. You could still be holding on to, you know, old emotions, and they're trying to, you know, almost give you like a new perspective with, you know, it's like pouring out these 3 cups and getting, you know, this is the Ace of Cups. So a new, you know, like a revamp to your emotions. And you know, with the High Priestess, that this transformation needs to occur. We have the High Priestess and the Death card. This transformation is something that you are aware, like, you know, the High Priestess knows that, you know, a transformation needs to occur. see what comes out. Because you could be trying to, you know, control the situation. As this Emperor card. But as the King of Swords, it's like you know that you need to like almost cut out or relinquish control and let it happen. And this could, you know, be a balancing out between your masculine and feminine energy, or, you know, this could be, you know, something else, you know, like a relationship, a job, whatever situation it fits for you. Just place it where it resonates. But let's see what comes out. What messages do we need? What messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread? Yeah, so you could be, bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. You know, like I said, feeling a sense of, you know, discontentment. It could be also like a very stubborn energy as well. Because up under that, we have the Page of Wands again. And it's like you could like be resisting, you know, this new beginning. Excuse me. But what came out, we have the King of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Justice card. So what I'm feeling off of this King of Pentacles with the Hierophant, it's almost like an energy of, you know, like I always feel like the King of Pentacles, you know, yes, he's stable. Yes, you know, he is grounded, has, you know, like wealth, material wealth. But with the Hierophant here, I'm feeling like there's something, you know, in regards to, you know, your belief system. Because, you know, the Hierophant can represent contracts, can represent, you know, marriage. It can also represent, you know, higher learning. But I just feel off of this card, there's something that has changed or needs to change in regards to the way, like, you look at, how can I put it, you know, almost like, you know, the 3D, because the land between can also, you know, be like, I'm getting the energy of, you know, the 3D and the 5D, the practical, the spiritual, you know. So you may even need to change, or, you know, there may be a change coming to your belief systems, in the way at how you look at stability, because, you know, what always gets me is how he's looking at, you know, that one pentacle. And with the Three of Swords, this could be, you know, past pain, or, you know, heartbreaks and upsets that, you know, have you in almost this King of Pentacles energy. And with the Five of Pentacles, you know, it's like an energy of lack, you know, feeling left out in the cold. You could be, you know, materially lacking as well, or financial. You know, some people look at this card as financial lacking, but it's almost like there's a focus on, you know, the practical, the material realm, to, like, I'm kind of feeling like an energy of avoidance, because the King of Pentacles is looking down at the Pentacle, but the King of Swords, like, his sword is up to this energy. So there's almost something that you may not want to look at, but with the High Priestess, your intuition is telling you to, you know, take a look at it, you know, but it's like you're being maybe a little too logical. As the King of Swords, you're thinking logically, and, you know, it could be even to the point where it's blocking your intuition, because intuition is not logic. Intuition is something that you feel. You know, logic is what you think. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, like I said, with the High Priestess and the King of Swords, it's like, you know, that there's something either needs to be cut out, or there's something that needs to almost change with the Justice card to, you know, almost balance you out, or in order to get to this new, you know, this new practical beginning, like almost a new mindset on how you look at stability. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, you know, that's like you have an opportunity to, you know, do the right thing, but it's almost like your focus isn't there. But let's see. What's the Hierophant? Yep, just what I said. One more. Oh, that's too many. Too many. Give me less cards for the Hierophant. Okay. So I'm not taking the one that fell on the floor. But with the Hierophant, clarifying the Hierophant, it is, you know, just like I was feeling your belief systems. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. You need to learn a new way to look at stability. There needs to be, you know, a new, almost a new approach to how you look at that energy. And also maybe even the mentality behind it. Yes, bottom of the deck, we have the world. It's a cycle that needs to, you know, be closed out. And then that way, you'll be able to see, as the Two of Wands, you'll be able to look out and see, like, what true balance and stability is with the Four of Wands. But in order to do that, you need to cut out with the Knight of Swords being so, almost like I said, stubborn, and just follow what you feel. And like I always say, take the sirens as confirmation. I'm also feeling like, off of this High Priestess, this could be, you know, a person. I am feeling that, like someone who, you know, maybe be like very intuitive, that, you know, could be around you, or, you know, just someone you know. Almost to like maybe you look to for guidance. But we can look at the High Priestess. What's the High Priestess? Tell me about the High Priestess. But I do feel that energy, or it could just be your intuition. Tell me about the High Priestess. Yeah, now if the High Priestess is actually a person, whether male or female, take it how it resonates. It is somebody that you look to for, you know, guidance or even advice. But, you know, the High Priestess represents silence as well. And if it's a person, not you, but they may have blocked you. Or if this is you, like, you could be someone that somebody looks to. They blocked you, or you blocked them, you know. But it is somebody that you look to. Or they're just, you know, not available to you right now. And it's like you, even as this Knight of Swords, you may want to communicate with this person. But I with the Two of Swords there, either they blocked you or you blocked them. But let's look at the King of Swords. Tell me about the King of Swords. And if it's your intuition, it's like you're looking, like you're waiting for the answers, but you're either it's blocked, or you're like intentionally not paying attention to the signs that you may be getting at this time. The King of Swords, too many. Too many. Spirit, give me less cards, please. Give me less cards. So with the with the King of Swords, we have the Strength and the Hanged Man. So it's like I said, at the King of Swords, you know that, you know, this is something that you need to do. Whatever, you know, it's like you're aware of it. Like I said, even off of that Emperor, I'm feeling like that same control energy. It's like you're like deliberately trying to control, changing your perspective of the situation. And by you doing that, it's like you're feeling stuck, like you could be in a situation that you don't want to be in, or you're mentally like overanalyzing and putting yourself in this, you know, the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison. But as the King of Swords, like I said, I just want to, like, it's like, you know, and you have the ability with, you know, to use the sword and cut yourself down. It's like you're like choosing to stay in this hangman position when you already know what needs to be done. As the King of Swords, you can cut yourself down so that you have the enlightenment. You know, that's how it'll come, you know, it'll come in for you. But it's like I'm feeling the energy of, you know, like resisting. So what is this Ace of Pentacles? Because that's like a new beginning, a new stable beginning, a new, you know, opportunity. What's the Ace of Pentacles? Give me one more. Listen. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups. And like I just heard, like, stop being so stubborn. Like, cut out this energy so that you can get this new, you know, opportunity, whatever it is. It's like, you know, like I kept saying, the Ace of Swords is here. You need to cut out this energy. And almost, you know, it's like an energy of blocking your blessings. So why? You can be the fool. Didn't I say this energy? We're in Aries season. It's time to, you know, take that leap of faith. Oh, wow. And, you know, don't be afraid to, you know, yeah, you may have to, you know, learn something new. It's almost like, it's not even starting from the bottom. It's like rebuilding yourself from the ground up, rebuilding your mindset, your mentality. And look at this. There's 3 aces out here. The Ace of Cups. So you can, you know, get, you know, what, you know, that emotional fulfillment. Because what's missing, the ace that's missing is the Ace of Wands. So it's like almost like maybe you are so driven by, you know, your passion and desires that you don't move out of your emotions and your truth, you know, and it's like you hold back and you just rather focus on material things. But it's like you hold yourself back. When you're, instead of holding yourself back, you need to, you know, put in the work. And then after you get all these 3 aces, then, you know, here's the Ace of Wands. And the 9 of Cups. You don't, it's almost like an energy of, you know, don't lead or, you know, don't be led by your desires first. But the 9 of Cups could also be, you know, like an overindulgence. And basically what it comes down to is, you know, moderation. It comes down to moderation. And honestly, like, you could be, you know, needing to, you know, almost with the Page of Cups. Like I said, it's moderation. Don't overindulge with the, you know, with the 9 of Cups. Start at the Page. You know, it's like baby steps. You don't have to just fully, you know, overdo it in a way. But for some of you, it could be, you know, you're being guided to like move out of this energy of heartbreak and lack. Like I said, if it's towards this energy of the high priestess as another person, you're wanting to, you know, move to that person, move towards that person. But there's still some stuff that you have to, you know, work through, because the Page of Cups is offering to the King of Swords, or Queen of Swords, excuse me. And like I said, if that high priestess is, you know, a person for you, they could have blocked you. You see, the Queen of Swords has the sword up. But it's like, it's destiny. And maybe you just want to go rushing in, but maybe, you know, that approach would be too much. But it is also an energy of like wanting to just, you know, rush towards, you know, what fulfills you emotionally, but you're being, you may be being too rash. Like, I mean, just like that card said, like kind of wanting to skip the process. Like skip steps. Wow. So let's get the guidance or advice. And then that'll be the reading. It's like you can't, like I said, whatever seeds you plant, they're not going to bear fruit if you don't water them. Water is your emotions. You know, you have to, you know, you can't expect a plant to grow if you don't water it. You have to water your plants. You have to give it sunlight. And you gotta, sometimes, you know, it helps to even talk to them. You know, but you're not gonna yell at the plant. You're gonna, you know, talk to it. You're gonna invest and put in that, you know, that TLC. You know, people, or, you know, those of you that this energy has passed, it's like you may be, you know, ultimately, you know, receiving justice for, you know, a past situation that you went through that, you know, was heartbreaking and left you out in the cold. But, you know, as the high priestess, it's like you see now where you need to place your boundaries, because you're aware of, you know, it's almost like you're aware of, you know, your power. So you're standing, you know, it's like getting an energy of, you know, courageously waiting, like being patient, because it's like, you know, like I said, you feel something coming towards you, and it's like you're going to be given, you know, this Ace of Pentacles for being, you know, true to who you are. But right now, you know, you're just in the in-between. You're in the, it's like a waiting game. And it's like you may not even think it's coming. You may feel it, but you could be like, nah, I don't know. But you see the Ace of Cups is there, and then maybe, you know, an offer coming your way and you don't even see it. Because as Hierophant, you are, you're grounded, you're stable, you're thinking straight, you're following your intuition, regardless of, things in the past that maybe didn't work out. But also as the Hierophant, it's like you took the time to, be the student, to look back at things and reflect on it with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. It's almost like I'm feeling an energy of, if this energy is something that has passed for you, you were the student, and it's like now you're the teacher. And if you're on the, this hasn't happened for you yet, or this is what you're currently going through, it's like now you're instead of, like thinking you're the teacher, it's time for you to be the student. And it's almost like in order for you to conquer this energy, you have to be willing to, be both. But I heavily feel that this is playing out, like with another person. For, a lot of, the collective that I'm tapped into. And it's like, it's almost like a role reversal. Like that's what I'm feeling. But it's like still like I said, being the teacher and the student simultaneously. But I just feel like the feminine energy was the student first. And it could be an energy of, coming back around. Like now it's time for the masculine energy to go through their round. If it's not playing out between you and another person, this is all you and getting your masculine and feminine balanced out. And that comes by way of, healing. You have to, take the lessons from your past. You don't take, try to bring the baggage along, but it's like take the lessons and move forward. And we all know, like I say all the time, the fool travels lightly. So you gotta leave that baggage in the past. And just, breathe, it's like it'll be like a breath of fresh air. So let's get this guidance or advice. Guidance or advice do we need for this energy spread? I'll do one more. Yeah, and what did we have at the bottom of the deck when we started this reading? The Four of Cups, contentment. And there's nothing wrong with, contentment, but it leads to, it's not even that. It's Four of Cups is like discontentment. Here it is right here. So you're discontent in the situation, depending on what side you're on. And for those, like if this is energy that's, still to come or may come for you, you need to get into a place of being content within yourself, within, knowing that sometimes you have to learn new things to, elevate yourself. You don't want to stay in this Four of Cups energy. But then again, for some of you, like if this is past energy for you, you're in a place of contentment. So it's like you're not in a rush. You're going with the flow, allowing things to come together, in divine timing. We've seen the Wheel of Fortune. And just as I said that, up under this contentment, or this contentment card, was go with the flow. And it's like, allow things to happen naturally. Don't try to, you know, control it. So, what's the guidance or advice? You cannot make this shit up. Oh, wow. Spirit, you are showing out. Bottom of the deck, we have, you know, feelings. But what came out was also patience and hope. So for those of you where this is past energy and you're literally in that, you know, the in-between, you went through this process, you know, there was, you know, healing done, and now you know, put yourself in a better position. Like, you know, you've learned boundaries, enforced them, you reflected, you learned something new. Your advice is to just, you know, stay patient. For those of you where this energy is, you know, playing out currently for you, and it's like, just have hope. You know, and trust your feelings, because with feelings at the bottom of the deck, it's like I said, if you, I mean, you can take both of these cards, you know, for either storyline, because you do need to be patient with yourself as you're going through this process. And if you've already went through this energy that's out here, it's like you were patient with what you feel. You went into your feelings, and you know, you had the hope and faith of, you know, being this fool, you know, taking that leap of faith and like almost just trusting in the universe. And if this is, like I said, if this is something that's playing out for you now or to come for you, it's time for you to, you know, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Be patient with yourself. Don't try to rush it. Just go with the flow. We've seen that card. Go with the flow. Because for either storyline up under feelings, you have free spirit and truth. By following, you know, your truth, you allow yourself to, you know, be light, be the fool, be, you know, this free spirit energy. And all it comes, you know, all it takes is for you to follow in your truth, which we have the Ace of Swords out here and the King of Swords, which is, you know, knowing, you're aware of it. So, and it's like, I read a quote years ago, and it always stuck with me, and it said, once you see behind the curtain of a stage play, you can never, you know, regain your ignorance to, you know, the show. And it's so true, because, you know, as you're seeing things, you know, when you're sitting out in the audience, you're like, you know, sometimes, you know, you're in awe of how things are put together, how you're watching it, how it seems to you, what you're seeing. But once you get the opportunity to look behind the curtain and see what really all goes into time, you know, the makeup, the costumes, the lighting, it gives you like, it gives you a new perspective. And also almost like an appreciation of all the work that you don't see. Being, you know, almost put through effortlessly. So don't get so caught up in, you know, the energy of needing to see something before you believe it. Just trust. you know, because I feel that energy true. Trust, you know, in what you feel. But I love this reading, guys. I know it is a little dark. I'll get more candles, but I just, you know, this is how I vibe at night. Like I'm, you know, in the deep end all the time. So, you know, but I'll get it, you know, there are improvements that will come, you know, with this type of reading, but I kind of like this energy. It's calm. It's, you know, almost like serene, like, and, you know, just, you know, the vibe. I know, like I said, it's hard seeing the cards, but, you know, I'll get it right. You know, I'll tailor it to my liking, but for, you know, this first time, I like this reading. You know, and I'm, you know, trying to do readings at different times of the day as well, just to see how the energy, you know, comes through. And what I notice is that, like, the later it is, like, it's almost like the thinner the veil is, so the messages come, you know, right out, which I truly appreciate, as always. But I hope, you know, you guys like this. I liked it, and I will be doing more. You know, so thank you for tuning in with me tonight. It's your girl, Fiery Moon, and I will see you all on the next one. All right, later.